Hello everyone, and welcome back to Chasing the Zard. I attended a pre-release for Phantasmal Flames recently at my local game store. I'm going to do a little recap of the event. Every pre-release event you get a build-in battle box. I got the Flygon promo in mine. It also comes with 4 packs, so let's take those packs here. And this is all new artwork as far as I know. But we have Bramblin, Absol, Oddish, Seal, Darmanitan, Linoon, Punk Helmet, Krokorok, Archelodon Reverse, and Oricorio EX. I think the other one was reverse too. On to our second pack. And these code cards will not work until the set actually releases on the 14th, and that's a really cool Ghastly actually. We have Palmy, Mamoswine, Jumbo Ice Cream, that's good ice cream, Wigglytuff, Low Kicks Reverse, and we did get the Dawn Special Illustration Rare. That's the one big, first big hit we had today. Not sure how it is to pull special illustration rares in this, but you know, we'll see. On to pack number 3. And my brother and his wife are also here, so we're gonna see some of his packs, and I think a little bit of her packs as well. This is the Charmander. There's obviously the Charizard line in this. We have Fire Breather, Charmeleon, there's the next part of the line, Wigglytuff Reverse, and Moltres Regular Holo. And the last pack from this build and battle. We have Charcadet, Murkrow, Lombre, Duraludon, Bronzong, Sacred Charm, Darmanitan, Vibrava Reverse, Misdreavus Reverse, and Pawmot Regular Holo. Alright, now here's my brother's build and battle. He did get the Toxtricity promo, and here are his 4 packs. And he's not giving out the code cards, this is his own, one, so I only give out mine at least. But see, we have Jigglypuff. That's a really cute Jigglypuff, actually. Grimsleeve's Move, which is a really interesting card. We have Sableye, Suicune Reverse, and Flygon Regular Holo. I guess for some reason, some of the holos, reverse holos, are really hard for me to tell which ones are which. I don't know why. We have Ghastly, Togedemaru, Palmy, Charcadet, Alchemy, Haunter, Punk Helmet, Flygon Reverse, Fire Breather Reverse, and Mega Lopunny EX. First big hit for him. In pack number 3, we have Seal, Gloom, Carvanha, Yamper, Dawn, Crocodile, Meloetta, Carvanha, Seal Reverse, Genesect, sorry, there's another reverse in there again, I missed it somehow. Alright, in the last pack we have Murkrow, Lombre, Duraludon, Gligar, Cresselia, Linoon, Blowtorch, Lotad Reverse, Venereal Reverse, and Mismagius EX, so he actually did get 2 EXs out of his box. Now for the Flygon deck, and this is probably the strongest deck at the pre-release. If you go to one this weekend, you want to get this one, because I think everyone who went undefeated and went to final matches to try to get 3-0, they all had the Flygon deck. And a lot of the trainers in here are crazy useful, especially the Lily's Determination, and the Dawn is especially powerful. It lets you pull out like an entire evolution line basically, and put it on your hand, I believe. There are some other good trainers in other decks that we don't have. I remember my brother being upset that he didn't have a Dawn in his, because he kept having to fight people who had it. And the rare candy is very useful here because Flygon is a 3-tiered evolution, obviously. So if you can skip Vibrava and go straight to Flygon, it's very useful. And the Fighting Kong's good too, because everything in here is a fighting type Pokemon, so you can boost their attack really easily with that item. I think there's only 11 energies in this deck, which is actually pretty good too. So on my first match, I played against a Toxtricity deck. I think that I went second in this match, as I recall. Yeah, and one thing to definitely use here that I mistakenly did is that when you first go out, is actually you don't want to get your Trapinch in there first. You actually want to get the Gligar in there first, because it has a poison effect. And the evolved version Gliscor Gliscor, there we go, has Poison Ring, which actually prevents the enemy from retreating after it's been poisoned. It's extremely useful in later games. I was able to trap people a little more effectively with that. Obviously here I just kind of rushed to Flygon as fast as I could and started hitting the other players as much as I possibly could. It does have a move called Sandy Flapping, actually it's an ability that like when you evolve the Flygon, you can force them to discard 2 cards, and when it is knocked out, you can also force them to discard 2 cards. With these smaller decks being 40 cards, that's actually fairly deadly if you can play multiple Flygons. And I did that with a victory in this first match. And now for the second, and this one I did go first. Again, obviously, though I didn't have anything good to do at first, so I just detached energy and moved on. Sometimes that's just your best move. But this time I did effectively put out Gligar and evolved it pretty fast. Again, its attack only requires 1 energy at either level of the evolution, which makes it pretty potent. This did allow me to trap the opposing player's Absol in a Poison Ring pretty fast. It did not last long, as you can see. What's also great with the Toxtricity deck is that you do have the type advantage against the Toxtricity. The Crocodile I think is actually weak to Grass, same with the Absol, but at least against the Toxtricity, there's an advantage there, and you can knock it out pretty easily with the Flygon. Also with I think the Gliscor does 50 damage with its poison attack, so it's also pretty heavy hitting against Toxtricity. And this was a really favorable matchup for me because of the type advantage that was present. Yeah, because a lot of these are weak to Grass, and there wasn't a Grass deck really. I think there was a Fighting, there was a Darkness, there was a Psychic, and a Fire type, as I remember. So no Grass to be found. But yeah, the 2 Flygons with the Sandy Flapping and the extra damage you do against Toxtricity really are kind of overkill with these decks. I didn't end up playing the Ceruledge or the other variant, but yeah, this player ended up conceding because, the writing was kind of on the wall. And at this point, I'm 2-0. You're going to face the other 2-0 players. And I remember looking at the scoreboard and looking around that table, and yeah, they pretty much all had Flygon. So that's the proof that it's a little overpowered. I did go second in this match. Obviously, it's Flygon versus Flygon. I did remember to start out with my Gligar because that kind of gives you the best. Once you get everything poisoned and it starts cycling through the poison every checkup, it makes it a lot easier to start whittling them down fast. And I actually did end up getting poisoned on the Flygon here, which is a good thing to note. Like if you take your Pokemon and move it out of the active spot to the bench and bring it back and forth, it does lose that poison status, which was a good way to kind of save your Pokemon in this instance. But being as I did use the Gligar as kind of the sacrifice in the beginning, I was able to eke out a win in this one, and the player conceded with like 1 prize card left on my side. Which means this was my first time going 3-0 in a match. Normally I'm like 1-2, so this is quite a surprise to me, and kind of points to less about my skill and probably more that the Flygon deck is a little overpowered. Alright, and now at the end always you get 3 packs. Here are my brother's 3 packs. I think his wife had a few packs that he'll open as well, but she did at least one of hers off camera after this. She didn't do the boxes on camera either. She just wasn't comfortable doing it, which is, nothing wrong with that. Pack number 2, we have Misdreavus, Toxel, Lotad, Prinplup, Alchemy, Haunter, Punk Helmet, Trapinch Reverse, Sacred Charm Reverse, and Mismagius EX. So I think he doubled up on EXs there. And for number 3, I think his wife actually pulled a Wigglytuff illustration rare from her 3 packs, so good hit for her. We have Oddish, Ghastly, Togedemaru, Palmy, Alchemy, Haunter, Punk Helmet, Reverse Lotad, Reverse Duraludon, and Genesect Regular Hollow. And then he did end up opening his wife packs for her, at least 2 of them, to see if he could get the good pulls on here. We have Grand Bull, Blowtorch, Palmot Reverse, Archaludon Reverse, and Palmot Regular Hollow. And now the final pack. We have Absol, Oddish, Seal, Palmo, Seviper, Granbull, Blowtorch, Paladin Taurus Reverse, Prinplup Reverse, and he did get another Mega Lopunny X. I think he doubled up on both his EXs. Now to my final 3 packs. Remember, those cards will not work until the 14th. We have Zigzagoon, Prinplup, Sableye, Charcadet, Darmanitan, Linoon, Punk Helmet, we see a lot of those, Sandile Reverse, Granbull Reverse, and Toxter City Regular Holo. On to pack number 2. We have Charmeleon, Milcery, Smeargle, Togedemaru, Darmanitan, Linoon, Punk Helmet, Gligar Reverse, Jumbo Ice Cream Reverse, and Reshiram Regular Holo. And now the last Phantasmal Flames pack of this opening. Let's do our lucky flip. And we have Charmander, Sableye, Duraludon, Piloswine, Crocodile, Meloetta, Sacred Charm, Vibrava Reverse, Linoon Reverse, and Orkoyo EX Full Art. So that is our 3rd hit of this opening. And at the pre-release event, we did get a few more items besides what you saw in the video so far. We did get a Spiritomb. It's the Halloween version, which does have a Pokemon Organized Play stamp. So it's a reverse version of it. Interesting, I've never seen these before, but we did get them at our opening. We also got a single Trick or Trade pack. I don't know if these are special, but I think it was just a regular one, but let's just open it and find out. I'd imagine if these were special Pop Series one, it would say so on it. We have Phantom, Dusknoir, Holo, and Shuppet. I don't know why I said Spiritomb, but Shuppet, yeah. Alright, but that does for this opening. Sadly, I did not pull the Charizard EX yet. I actually don't remember anyone at the opening really pulling one. I think I saw Supreme Fluff did on his channel afterwards. He opened up his extra packs at home. But yeah, he did get a Charizard EX. That's the first one I've seen pulled from anyone I know, at least. But yeah, thanks for coming. If you get to like, comment, subscribe, let me know what you thought of this pre-release recap. Let me know if you went to any pre-releases and what you pulled and how you did. And I'll see you on the next video.